Alright, round 2, game 1 here. I think this hand's pretty keepable. We're on the draw, so it kind of undermines a little bit of the power of land war elves, but I mean, we're going to be able to play almost all the spells in our hand pretty quickly, so go ahead and keep this and see where it goes. Opponent leads with Swamp. Hopefully he won't have a Ring Flush for the land war elves. Goblin Grenade is a pretty decent draw, just in case opponent lands a pretty big threat. The debate here is whether or not to play the Lurking Crocodile just as a 2/2 or to try and hold out. Well, I think now that he's played the Child of Night, I'm probably just going to play the Goblin Arsonist. Yeah. This way, I think this is a much safer play. Just kind of play the Goblin Arsonist, have a blocker, and then even if he has removal for the Arsonist, obviously he's still going to lose his Child of Night. This way, the turn after, we can attack into the Child of Night with the Goblin Arsonist, assuming he doesn't play anything else, and then have the 3/3 Crocodile again. Not going to attack the land war elves because I'd actually rather just keep the land war elves, given that we only have one more land in our hand and we have some expensive spells in this deck. He seems like he's willing to trade the Child Knight, which I'm willing to do. Sure, I mean, it means that we can't use the Goblin Grenade in our hand, but we have more goblins. And here I'll just go ahead and play the Spider. I mean, again, I'd like to make the Crocodile 3/3 if possible, and just, you know, maximize use of our mana. Spider shuts down a lot, and yeah, we're not going to shut down a Drifting Shade. Kind of wish I hadn't used the Arsonist. I mean, so the question here is whether or not we want to just go ahead and take care of the Shade. It's already going to be able to be a 4/4. I really don't want to have to sack the Land War Elves, but the fact that we just drew another mountain means that we have 4, and we're going to be able to play. Let's see here. I mean, the option is that we can either just fling the Land War Elves at the Shade right now, or we could just attack with the Spider and play a Lurking Crocodile and take a hit from the Drifting Shade. If we had more mana in our hand, I would say that we could afford to just go ahead and do that, but we might be able to just do both. Let's see here. Go ahead and attack with the Spider. So he's going to block, so we're not going to have a Bloodthirsty Crocodile, but I think that's okay, actually. Use the Land War Elf itself, sack him, deal 1. I think I'm actually just going to play the Crocodile here, too, because I do want to be able to put some pressure on him, and if he has the Reassembling Skeleton as a perpetual blocker, you know, we're going to have multiple creatures to punch in some damage. I don't know if last turn's play was the exact right course of action, but given that he's just playing Devouring Swarm here, I don't feel too bad about it. Peel land right off the top. I'm gonna go ahead and just attack with just the Crocodile here because the Giant Spider is gonna hold off the Devouring Swarm. I mean, he will be able to use the Reassembling Skeleton trick to bluff the damage, but if he's gonna get in for 2, then we're probably gonna be able to get back in too because the skeleton's gonna be tapped. So play the Forest and pass the turn. Most draws that we have are pretty live. If we draw land, we can play the Bastard Gorger and get some more pressure on him, or at least put him in a position where he's going to have to leave up mana for the Reassembling Skeleton. He doesn't attack, which is curious. I think he's probably just trying to do the Reassembling Skeleton trick, so, I mean, he could bring it back into play, sack it, make it a 3/2, bring it back into play, sack it, make it a 4/3. So, I mean, that obviously trumps any attack that we can make, so I'm just going to pass the turn. Might be able to blow him out with this Inferno Titan, in case he either taps out for something or, you know, just doesn't have enough mana to sack the Reassembling Skeleton enough times. Solemn Simulacrum. Must be nice. So he's going to get a little bit of value here, get him out of the Mana Screw. Still not attacking with the Swarm. I'm curious as to why he wouldn't at least make the attack pre-combat and, you know, bluff the mana, at least being able to sack the skeleton, but he chooses not to. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play the Inferno Titan here, taking out... Let's see, he can sack 2 guys to the Swarm to make the Swarm. Yeah, I'm going to just deal... I think I'm just going to deal 3 to the Swarm. I don't really want to kill the Solemn if I deal 3 to the Swarm. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, I could do 2 to the Solemn Simulacrum or 1 to Skeleton, but doing that means that he has to draw a card off the Simulacrum, and he's going to get this guy back, and I'd like to just take care of this guy. I have to do all 3. He might even just... yeah, okay. I'll attack with the Spider here. No sense just trading a Crocodile for a Simulacrum when letting him get the card when the Titan can just take him out. One thing that's pretty nice about Inferno Titan, again, here, is that you can just go ahead and attack with it, kill the Reassembling Skeleton so they can't just use it as a chump blocker, and then if they want to put it back into play, it obviously comes back into play tapped, so it's pretty hard to prevent that damage from Inferno Titan from coming through. May have something big here. Sarah Angel. It's actually not going to be enough here, assuming he doesn't have anything else. If he has... no, even if he has Ring Flesh, I don't think it's enough. It does mean that we can't attack in with our other guys, but that's okay. We're going to have much more gas coming down the line. Go ahead and deal 2 and 1. Again, sucks. It's never fun having to kill a Solemn Simulacrum, or a Reassembling Skeleton for that matter, but you gotta do what you gotta do. It's probably not gonna block here. Instead of playing the 6-drop here, I think I'm actually just gonna go ahead and pump. It's a little bit better protection for Day of Judgment. It gets a lot of damage through, puts him in a position where, you know, he's got to get a lot of stuff really fast. And this way, even if he does Day, he's just going to be really low on life. And we're going to have, you know, gas like Rusted Sentinel and Bastard Gorger to come back. Plus, you know, in a deck that's running Goblin Grenade and Lava Axe, we just want to get him as low as possible. Doesn't play anything else. I think I'm going to go ahead and attack with everyone here. You know, it's going to get through for the most damage. I can deal 2 to the Sarah Angel and 1 to him, just so that his blocks, if he blocks either of the small guys, you know, his Sarah Angel dies, and I'm happy trading either of these guys for Sarah Angel. Get to ping him with 1, so the Blood Ogre gets bloodthirsted too. He blocks the Inferno Titan. We'll see if he has a trick here. I mean, Ring Flush doesn't get there. Sorin's Thirst, I guess, gets there. Yeah, Sorin's Thirst on that guy. That's interesting. Does he have the stave off? Or, okay. I think I'll just play... actually, I'll just play the Rusted Sentinel here because we don't care that he's going to come into play tap this turn, and I do want to have a little bit more power just to, you know, make sure that our clock is pretty fast. Yeah, because a situation like that, you know, we're okay with him killing the Titan there. At least now we have more power. It may have been proper to just play the Vastwood Gorger, but I'd like to play around Day of Judgment if possible. Brink of Disaster's fine. I don't care about that guy dying. I mean, in the long run here, it seems that it was better to not play the Gorger given the cards in his hand. Won't attack with the Sentinel, I'll just keep it back as a blocker because, you know, obviously it's just going to die and there's no point in that. We don't really have any ways to retrieve it, so I'd rather just keep a blocker around as long as possible. Hit him for 2 here, put him at 7. I think at this point I am going to put the Vastwood Gorger, play the Vastwood Gorger because it does, you know, mean that we have lethal on the table here. It's not as bad as if he casts Day of Judgment here because Rusted Sentinel is kind of already dead anyway, so he'd really just be kind of 2-for-1-ing us. I guess we could have played the Rhino to get trample damage through the reassembling skeleton, but whatever. Another Brink of Disaster. Okay. Well, again, we still have plenty of gas in our hand, and we're going to make it so that he's going to be in a position where he's going to be taking damage one way or another, assuming he doesn't have out for Stampeding Rhino. Yeah, let's play the Rhino here. Bluff a Shock, I guess. I'd like to keep the piker kind of concealed in my hand because, you know, obviously if we can cast it and then cast a grenade for 5 from out of nowhere, he won't see it coming. If he has nothing, he may just be dead next turn to the Rhino. Plus the Goblin Grenade, I mean. Yeah, we'll just attack with the Rhino here. See what he does. So let's go ahead and assign 1, 1, and 2. And then just play this Piker. And dome him for 5. Alright, so he's playing white-black. He's got Reassembling Skeleton, Blood Rage Vampires, 2 Soren Thirst, Serra Angel, Devouring Swarm, Drifting Shade. So I'm definitely going to want to bring the Plummet in. Let's see here. Circle of Flame, I suppose, is good against Child of Night. Reassembling Skeleton. It's not really good against Drifting Shade unless he has no black. It's not good against Serra Angel. Plummet is definitely coming in. I think I like Plummet better than Fling again. Didn't really see anything that we would want to naturalize. Yeah, I think this is going to be fine, and we'll see how we do for game 2.